Okay, so this last week I noticed that lots of you needed some extra help with counting money. So I went to the classroom for just a short time this week, and I picked up all of my big coins and thought that would be helpful to use today for our lesson on money. Okay, so I hope this helps out. I'm going to go over the steps just like we would when we were counting money in class. So hopefully this will refresh your memory and help you be able to do that when you're at home. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do when we're counting money is, remember, we need to identify each coin. Okay, so when I say identify, we have to know what coin it is that we're looking at. We have to be able to say that this coin is a penny, right? We have to know that this coin here is a quarter, right? We have to know that this coin here is a nickel, right? We have to recognize that this coin here is a dime. And now that you're in second grade, you have to know the 50-cent piece as well, right? So we have to identify those coins. We have to know what we're looking at when we're getting ready to count them. Okay, the next thing that we need to do is we have to name the value of each coin. Okay, so that means I need to know that my 50-cent piece is worth 50 cents, or my half dollar is worth 50 cents. I have to know that my quarter is worth 25 cents. I have to know that my penny is worth 1 cent, right? I have to remember that my nickel is worth, that my nickel is worth 5 cents, and that my dime is worth 10 cents. Okay, so after I identify my coins and I name the value, then the next thing that I do is I order them. Okay, now by ordering them, I put them in order, the highest to the smallest. So for example, if I was counting and I had a 50-cent piece, I would start with this. This is the coin that has the highest value, 50 cents, right? I probably would not start with my penny, right? Because my penny is only worth 1 cent, right? I might start with my quarter because my quarter is worth 25 cents, right? So you have to look at your coins, especially after naming the value, and order them the highest to the smallest. Okay, and then the very last thing I'm going to do is actually count them up. Okay, so let's go ahead and do some practicing right now so we can use these steps. Okay, so I'm just going to put some coins up here on my board for us to practice with, okay? And just like if you were to see it in a book or maybe on IXL, okay? So the first thing, remember, that we're going to do is we're going to identify our coins. So I would say quarter, nickel, nickel, penny. Okay, then the next thing that I would do is I would name the value, right? So a quarter is worth 25 cents, a nickel is worth 5 cents, a penny is worth 1 cent, and a nickel is worth 5 cents. Now I'm going to order them from the highest amount to the smallest amount. So I know 25 is my biggest coin, then I'm going to move to my nickels, 5 cents, and then I'm going to end with my penny, which is my 1 cent, the smallest amount. Okay, so I would say 25. 25 plus 5 is 30. 30 plus 5 is 35. And 35 plus 1 is 36. So I would write 36 cents, making sure to have the cent sign because we're talking about money. Okay, now I hope you noticed that if you can count by fives, it makes it much easier to count money, right? You can count by fives to 25. Of course, we're counting by fives when we're using nickels, right? And pennies, we're just counting by ones. But you can count by fives when you're counting up to 50, right? And of course, you can count by fives when you're counting up to 10. So if you remember how to count by fives, it's very helpful counting money. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a few more together. Okay, here we go. Let's get some more quarters up here. Okay, because I know that we practiced a little bit of that when we were in class. Okay. Here we go. All right, so let's go ahead and identify. Ready? Quarter, nickel, quarter, penny. Now let's name the value. So a quarter is worth 25 cents, a nickel is worth 5 cents, a quarter is worth 25 cents, and a penny is worth 1 cent. Oops, let's put that over here so you can see it. All right, so I notice I have 2 quarters, so I'm going to start with those. Now, I hope you remember when we talked at school, remember we counted by 25s. 25, 50, 75, 100. 25, 50, 75, 100. So I'm going to start with my quarters. 25, 50. Now I go to my next highest. 5, a nickel, right? So I say 25, 50, 50 plus 5 is 55, 55 plus 1 is 56. So I have 56 cents, of course, writing it with my cent sign. Okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead and do a few more together. We'll mix up our coins here. Oh, here we go. So let's get our 50-cent piece up here. Okay, let's put our 50-cent piece up here. And let's add some quarters up here. Right, and let's put another penny up here. All right, so here we go. I name or identify the coins. 50 cents or half dollar, quarter, quarter, penny. Now I name the value. 50, 25, 25, and 1. Okay, so now I'm going to be counting by 25s, right? I'm going to start with my 50-cent piece. 50 and 25, ready? 25, 50, 75, 100, 101. So I would write it, I have $1 with my decimal and 1 cent putting my dollar sign. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and do a few more together with our big coins. Okay? All right, let's get a few dimes up here. We know how to count by tens. That will be easy. Okay, and let's get another penny up here. And how about another nickel? Let's do that. All right, so let's go ahead and identify. Ready? Quarter, nickel, dime, nickel, penny. Now let's name the value, right? 25, 5, 10, 5, 1. So the first thing I'm going to do is start with my highest amount, which is my quarter. Then I'm going to move to my dime. That's the next highest amount. Then I'm going to count my nickels. And then, of course, my penny is going to be last. Okay, so here I go. 25, 35, 40, 45, right? 25 plus 10 is 35. 35 plus 5 is 40. 40 plus 5 is 45. And 45 plus 1 equals 46, right? 46 cents. Okay, so here we go. Let's do a few more together. Take these down. All right, let's put up our 50-cent piece. Here we go. And let's put up some dimes. Okay, and let's put up some pennies. All right, here we go. So we're going to, we're going to name, we're going to identify our coins. Here we go. 50 cents or half dollar, dime, penny, right? So I identified my coins. Now I'm going to name the value. 50, 10, 1, 10, 1. Okay, so of course I'm going to start with my 50-cent piece. That's the coin with the highest value. Then I'm going to go to my 2 dimes. Then I'm going to go to my 2 pennies, okay? So here I go. Now, if you notice, we're counting by tens, and then we switch and count by ones. Okay, so here I go. 50. 50 plus 10 is 60. 60 plus 10 is 70. 71, 72. So I have 72 cents. Okay? Making sure to put that cent sign so we know we're talking about money. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and do another one. Let's go ahead and do, let's get a quarter back up here. Oops, let's erase first. All right, and let's get a quarter up here, right? And how about a dime and a couple of nickels? Here we go. Whoops, let's get a nickel. Okay, so here we go. We identify our coins. So I have a quarter, a nickel, a dime, and a nickel. Then I'm going to name the value, right? So I have 25, 5. I know a dime equals 10 cents. I know a nickel equals 5 cents. So now I order them. My quarter, which is 25 cents, is the highest amount. So I'm going to start with that. Then I'm going to move to my dime, which is worth 10 cents. Then I'm going to finish with my nickels, and both of those are worth 5 cents. Okay, so notice, I hope you notice, I'm counting by tens and then also by fives. Okay, so 25 plus 10 is 35. 35 plus 5 is 40. And 40 plus 5 is 45. So I would count it 25, 35, 40, 45. Okay, so 45 cents is what I have. Okay, so make sure that you're following those steps, that you identify the coins, you name the value, you start with the coin that has the highest amount and count down to the coin that has the lowest amount. Look for patterns. Are you counting by 25s? 25, 50, 75, 100? Are you counting by 10s? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50? Are you counting by 5s? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30? Right? You might remember some of the little songs that we sang in class. Remember? A penny equals 1 cent, a nickel equals 5, a dime equals 10 cents, a quarter 25. If you can't remember the amounts or the values, sing that little song and that'll help you remember. Okay, so maybe have your mom or dad give you some money to practice. It's always a fun thing to do. Just grab a handful of coins, see if you can identify them, see if you can name the value of them, see if you can put them in the right order, the highest amount to the lowest amount, and then try to count them out. Okay, so I hope that helps out. Remember those steps. Identify, name the value, order them, and then count them out. Okay, so have a great day, and I hope you get a chance to practice counting money. Okay, bye now.